Hey everybody, you get 2 videos of me today. Aren't you lucky? I just wanted to make this video about... It's just like an update of what I'm feeling, because I realized that I meant to make a video about this, but I totally forgot. Anyway, I was going to work on my Book of Shadows, and I still am today. Like my handwritten one, not my online one, because I have been working on that one more so. But I'm working on things that get really tiring. Not tiring because they're like bad, but just like it's a lot of information and self-reflection, and that just is hard to keep up for a lot amount of time. Anyway, I was going to work on my Book of Shadows, and I totally don't have the motivation to. And I haven't written anything. Like, what's the last thing I wrote about in my Book of Shadows? I didn't even finish it. It's about seasonal moons, and I didn't finish it. And I think I typed it in my other one. I don't know. I have information about moons. That was my last thing I wrote in. And that was like a month ago. Which is really weird because I used to write like every other day. I was filling it up fast. But like what happened is that I was reading this book and like I haven't found like my like what I want to focus on. Like I really like crystals and like I like herbs, but they're really overwhelming, especially since like a lot of them I wouldn't have in my kitchen. Like I like using like everyday herbs like basil. I have basil, and basil can be used for other things, but things that like only like I wouldn't use in my cooking, I don't want to have. Which sounds weird, but I'm just like, it's a waste of money, I guess. Like, because there's other things I can use that, like, have that vibration. I can use, like, a crystal, which doesn't get used up, or, you know what I mean? I can recharge a crystal. Once I'm out of an herb, I'm out of an herb. But, like, yeah, so herbs, like, I don't know if I want to get completely, like, into them, just because there's a lot. Kind of like essential oils. I'm like, oils go bad. I don't want some, like, I can't use all that. I can't use a container of essential oils of anything before it goes bad. So why would that be something I want to get involved in? I'm cheap. um, that's just what that means. But I, like, couldn't find anything that, like, besides crystals, I was like, what else, like, is there something else that I'll be more interested in? Like, where will my path take me? And that's part of learning, duh. But I was getting, like, I don't know, I kind of felt like I didn't fit anywhere, because I would, like, read about, like, green witchery, or, like, kitchen witchery, and I'd just be like, yeah, this is great, but not exactly what I want. And then I read this thing about, flower correspondences, and that was perfect. It was so good, and, like, I just felt like such a connection. It really resonated with me, and I don't know if it's just because, like, my grandma had, like, she had 5 flower gardens, I'm pretty sure, and then a vegetable garden. And, like, growing up, I was always like, I'm not gonna have a flower garden, I'm gonna have food garden, a vegetable garden, because I can eat it, and flowers are dumb. um, but I've really grown, especially with my spirituality, I've really grown to appreciate flowers, and, like, yeah, I like flowers now. But I read this flower, like, correspondence table of, like, the magical uses of flowers, and they're used just like herbs, and I just, like, got glued to it. I, like, couldn't move away, and I was so obsessed, and I looked up, like, every flower on that list, and, like, I Google image searched it, and I was like, I know that flower, I've seen that flower, my grandma has that flower, then, you know, like, that flower grows by, the pond, that flower grows by whatever. Um, so I was super excited, and I, like, wrote it all down, and I, like, want to make, like, a field guide book, so when I'm, like, going around stealing flowers from people, I know what to look for. So I was super excited about it, but it's, like, winter. It is snowing. There is so much snow on the ground. All the flowers are dead. Like, what? Like, it's hard because I, like, don't want to research more because I'll get more excited, and I'll want to, like, I want hands-on right away. Um, so I want to do that, but I can't. Unless I want to spend a whole bunch of money at a florist, which would go against everything else I've just said. But, So I want to learn more about it, but I also don't want to right now because I can't do anything about it right now. So I've just been like in this weird space. Like my brain is like, okay, we will resume learning in the spring, and that is not where I should be. But yeah, I just thought I'd tell you guys that. It's sort of a weird update, but whatever. Well, talk to you later.